All right, you guys, what's going on, tribe? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That's season 8, episode 11. So we are in Trinidad. Okay, we done went to Trinidad. Mimi's coming a day late. Sierra's not coming at all, I guess, because she's still back in Atlanta. But the rest of the crew is there. They done lost Scrap and Bambi's luggage. And Tokyo, she's stiff and tired and in a grumpy, badass mood. And I get it. When you travel, especially, I don't know what kind of flight they had. I don't know how long the flight was. I don't know if they had layovers. They said it was a long ride from the airport to where they're staying. Like, I get all of that. And Tokyo was grumpy. Now, I also understand where Miss Carly is coming from because they are visiting her home and she's proud of where she's from. She wants to show off her, where she's from, and she wants everybody to really have a good time. So she's putting a little extra on herself, I guess, to make sure everybody is having a good time. Well, Shekinah hood. It's no way around it. She fucking hood. And she likes being hood. And Tokyo, I think, is just grumpy as fuck. She's tired, she's stiff, and she just grumpy as hell. And Tokyo a little hood too. So they get there and they're figuring out the room assignments and all that good stuff. Um, Rashida and Kurt, they all booed up and everything. And I'm sorry, golly, I be fine until I start, honey. The camera come on and it's like, ugh. But um. On the ride over, let me backtrack a little bit. On the ride over, Carly, Shekinah, and Tokyo kind of got into it. And, they were kind of coming at her like, you're not going to be dictating to us what we're going to eat, what we're going to drink. And I don't feel like she was doing that at first. Now, later on, when they got to the table, I feel like Carly was being a little bit more bossy. But she was just like, this is the drink of choice. This is what we eat. This is what we do. And Tokyo was like, take me to the hood. I want to see the hood. Now, I know people like that. Matter of fact, one of my really good friends, he travels with his job a lot. And that's the first thing he does. He want to see the hood. I'm not that person. I'm cool. I don't want to see the hood where I live. I damn sure don't want to see nobody else's hood. You understand what I'm saying? But there are people who are like that. That's like, take me to the hood. Let me see the hood. I want to see how the real people live. I don't want to be on the tourist side. I want to see how, behind the scenes. And I can understand that because being from the nation's capital, when I was in college, I had a lot of friends that came home with me who never been to DC before. And of course you want to show them all the sights and you want them to see all of the great things that Washington DC is. You want to take them to the museums and the monuments and all that other stuff. So I get it, and I get feeling pressure like I want to make sure y'all have a good time and I want y'all to see what I see as far as my hometown is concerned. So they were sort of clashing with that. And when they got back to the hotel, Rashida was like, let me go talk to Carly because I don't want no bullshit, no beef. Let me make sure that Carly's good, that she ain't, snapping and everybody's all good. So when we get to dinner, it won't be no bullshit, right? Um, Jock done bought a ring for Kendra, honey. And he was like, I really want, on one hand, I kind of want to propose to her here. But on the other hand, I don't necessarily know that this is the right opportunity. Yeah, we're on the island, it's romantic and it's all that, but my ex-girlfriend here too. So, he was like, I don't necessarily know if this is the right move that I need to make. But we'll see how that plays out. Back in Atlanta, Miss Akbar, Valerie, we found out today. Miss Akbar's in the studio laying a track. She's still mad about what happened last week and all that good stuff. And Shay Mack shows up with the baby. And, Akbar like, what the hell you doing here? It's the middle of the night. Why you got this baby out? What's going on? Come to find out, Shay Mack baby daddy done got shot. And she was like, I have to get to the airport, but it's not appropriate for me to take her to the airport. Lord, I said airport, honey. Okay. Hospital. She said, and I don't want to take her to the hospital with me. So everybody else is in, Trinidad. Can you watch the baby while I go see? Excuse me, y'all. Can you watch the baby while I go see if everything is okay? Aqua was like, wow, that's crazy. This gun violence is just crazy. And then now it's funny, when she first started talking, they had the headphones over the baby's ear. Then they get to talking about him cheating on her and they cursing and everything else. And the baby sitting there just like this. And then they finally did put the hands over the baby. But I'm like, hell, at that point, the baby done heard the whole daggone conversation. So it is what it is. But of course, Akbar was like, yes, I got to leave her here. You go to the hospital. You handle your business. Because, Che was like, how should I show up at the hospital? Like, I've been going through a lot with him personally. And, Akbar told her, right? She was like, don't take none of that energy in there. Like, you don't need to talk to his family about none of it. You don't need to talk about none of that because right now, what's important is him getting healthy. Like, all the rest of that is on the other side. All the rest of that is on the back end. You don't need to bring that kind of energy to the hospital, unless it's side chick there. Then you might have to bring some energy. But, overall, you ain't got to bring no energy there. So back in Trinidad, we're at dinner, and of course, everybody's at dinner. And Carly is still being real sensitive and extra because Shakana and Tokyo are complaining about the food and stuff like that, but they're eating it. See, here's my issue. You can complain all you want, but they still eating the food. So they complaining and they doing because it's different. It's they not sure what they eating because you didn't already talked about curry, goat, and all this other stuff. So of course they kind of looking at it, they kind of sniffing at it. They doing what people do that ain't used to nothing. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it like that. I'm not trying to. I hope that didn't come off wrong, but it looks different. It's prepared differently. So. But of course, because they're eating lobster. I mean, lobster is lobster. But but my thing is they're eating it. So Carly, calm down. Now Carly said that they were rude to the wait staff. I didn't necessarily see them be rude to the wait staff. Wait staff. I did see them question and ask what something was and what's that. But I didn't see them really doing anything that was to me over the top. So Carly gets to talking to Rashida. Rashida's like, "What's wrong, Carly?" She was like, I just don't understand. People just being rude. It's not necessary to be rude." So Tokyo and Shakana, who, you know, Tokyo and Shakana are going to definitely be like, "You talking about me? Who rude? Who rude? What you talking about, Carly?" So Carly started talking to them like, "Well, what? It ain't necessary for you to do this and do that." Shakana was like, "Carly, calm the fuck down. It ain't that deep." So Shakana stands up. So when Shakana stands up, Carly stands up. They get to yelling back and forth, and they arguing over, they arguing over who was rude, who wasn't rude, who know how to act, who they never been nowhere before, and the guys are trying to get them to shut up. And finally, little Scrappy is like, "Look, at least y'all got some clothes to wear. I'm sitting here in paradise, and me and my wife gonna be butt naked tomorrow because we don't have no clothes." And that sort of broke up. People started laughing or whatever, and it sort of broke up the monotony, and it did end up changing the conversation. But my thing is, I get it that Carly wants them to just have a good time, but Tokyo said something real, real funny. Tokyo was like, "Carly, you used the same passport. You needed the same passport we needed to get here. This ain't your home. Your family is from Trinidad, but you ain't from Trinidad, boo. You from New York. So chill out, sit the fuck down." And I was like, okay, that's that's a valid point. That's valid. I thought it was, Tokyo give you a one liner, but when she said it, I was like, But again, I definitely understand Carly wanting everybody to have a good time and just feeling like I have to represent my country, and if y'all aren't having a good time, then that's a reflection. Like, to take it personal. You know what I'm saying? So back in Atlanta, I was gonna say New York. Back in Atlanta, we got Miss Akbar, and Sierra and Scrap. They're at the gun violence thing. They're painting a mural for gun violence, and Sierra and Scrap are kind of talking or whatever. And of course, they kind of playing up this maybe they gonna kind of get together type situation. And Sierra and Akbar go to hug, and I'm thinking, did she just say fuck you last week? Like, weren't y'all just arguing last week? But Sierra, to give Sierra credit, Sierra was like, "Look, I just don't want to be on that bullshit." Akbar told my son, "What y'all doing here?" So you trying to push up on Sierra now? Oh, you done already got California tripping, your baby mama tripping, and now you gonna add somebody else to the mix. Now you gonna add somebody else to the mix. Scrap was like, "What? What are you talking? What are you talking about? Like, I just met her. We just met." But come to find out later, Scrap does like Sierra, but he really wasn't. I didn't feel like he was pushing up on her. I feel like he was taking the opportunity to get to know her better and maybe push up at a later moment. But I didn't feel like he was pushing up on her at that particular moment. So, but I feel like Akbar was sort of like wrong for putting both of them on the spot like that. Because I was like, come on now. Like, and Scrap even said, "Why are you so invested in my situations? Like, why are you so in my business like that?" cause I don't know. I guess I'm just friends with everybody. I'm just, everybody got it. It ain't your business. Stay the fuck out of it. Come to find out, Scrap knows Shay Mac. Shay Mac, they've been friends for a long time. So he said he was going to, holler at her and find out how everything's going with the baby daddy and catch up with her because they were friends, but then they sort of fell out. And I mean, not fell out, but grew apart. At least he didn't know they had fallen out. But that he was going to check up on her. Um, Sierra does pull Akbar to the side and say, look, I really didn't appreciate how that whole thing went down last week, and I really need you to just try to make peace. And Akbar's thing was, I don't know why Sierra keep coming at me to make peace. Like I'm the one that's causing it. I hope she talking to Tokyo and Spice the same way she coming at me. And I'm like, no, because you're the fucking instigator. Like, was Spice right for jumping across the table? No, but she told you don't call her no bitch. She told you she don't like that word. And you chose to instigate, continue to call her a bitch, and make fun of her accent. Again, I'm not saying that justifies violence, but at the same time, don't act like you are innocent in this and you're not doing anything wrong. Because you are. You're instigating these situations. Anyway, honey, back in Trinidad, the fellas are out at a monkey forest or something like that, and ain't really nothing popping off in that conversation other than Scrap ain't getting none, and he mad about it. And Jock, once again, the voice of reason, is like, look, your wife just popped out a whole baby with its own social security number out her body. Give her a minute to get it together. Like, chill out for a minute. But Scrap is just like, and I mean, we here in paradise, we here on vacation, we supposed to be getting it in. We ain't got the baby, we got, he's like, I ain't getting nothing, I ain't getting nothing. She gonna have the girls over at the hotel last night. They had a girls' night and shit. Like we back in high school, and she giving me all these excuses. I understand his frustration, but I also see the other side of it to say, it takes a lot for a woman's body, and sometimes their body ain't ready when your body's ready. So we'll see how that plays out. But Bam and Scrap, they funny. They just don't have no whole storyline. So we're gonna talk about that for a minute. We back in Atlanta. We see Shay Mac and Scrap. He done caught up with her and baby daddy's okay. He was in surgery all night, but he'll live. It looked like he had the bullet went in his knee. So the surgery, I don't know if it shattered a bone or whatever, but he's gonna be okay. But then we find out what happened between Shay Mac and Scrap. And Shay Mack was like, I kind of stopped fucking with you because of Stevie J. That my whole situation with Stevie J and Jocelyn, it really fucked me up. It really put me in a bad situation. And because that was your uncle and y'all was all buddy buddy, I just kind of needed to stay away from that situation. And he was like, well, I ain't even know. Like, why you ain't say something? You just fell off, man. You was cool. We was tight. And you just sort of fell off and I didn't know nothing about it. And so he was like, well, I'm kind of beefing with him right now too. And he told her the story about he could have came to jail and hooked me up, but he didn't. And I ain't heard from him since I've been out. And so he was like, I'm feeling some kind of way about that. Then we find out that um the rumor about Tommy messing with Stevie J, he was like, I heard a whole lot of stuff when I was in jail. He was like, yeah, it's a rumor, but the fact that y'all name is even in the same rumor make me, kind of make me think, giving you the side eye a little bit. And again, I can understand that. They say all rumors have some glimpse of truth to it. So somewhere down the line, something them went down. We already played that out 2 seasons ago, but he feels like something them went down inappropriate for their name to even be in the sentence together. And he was like, man was cool enough that he just had to let me know. Like if y'all doing what y'all doing, just let me know. Back in Trinidad, Mimi's finally shows up, and Mimi done brought a guest with her. Who she bring? Pooh. Now, Pooh tells Mimi, oh, that's the other thing. When they were on the bus, Carly played for all of them on the bus the recording of Harem saying nothing went down between him and Carly to clear her name. So, okay, I forgot that part. So here come Mimi talking about I brought a guest with me, and here come Miss Pooh. Mimi, why you let them do that to you? Why you let them use you like that? You know good and damn well Pooh didn't mean nobody no good. She was not showing up with good intentions. You should have fucking known that. So Mimi's thing was, I brought her here because y'all been friends for too long, and I really feel like y'all need to just work this out. It's really petty. It's really stupid. Now, mind you, everybody is there. Mimi didn't pull them aside so they could have a conversation with just the two of them. Everybody's there, including the guys. So they get to talking about it. She was like, I don't even know why Pooh, like, I mean, I don't even know why we not friends anymore, Carly. Like, it's just petty. It's just petty. We've been through too much. We known each other too long. Our families are connected and intertwined. You know, why we can't just move on? And Carly was like, we'll move on if you admit that ain't nothing go down between me and your husband. Like, if you go ahead, she's talking about some confess. If you confess that you lied, that nothing went down between me, you, and your husband, as long, then we good. You're right. We can move on and let bygones be bygones. Pooh was like, well, first of all, I ain't no priest, so I'm not confessing nothing. And second of all, it did go down. You a liar. And he go, you owe me. And then he gonna turn to Jock. She gonna turn to Jock, talking about something. Jock, she on the pole, demonstrating how Carly body parts ended up on her husband's body parts. I'm gonna leave it at that. And they're gonna turn to Jock, talking about something. Jock, you know how I go sometimes. You know how I go. Jock was like, yeah. Jock, you better shut the fuck up. Your ass and sit down somewhere. Don't you get in that. Don't you even pretend to get in that. So who gonna say, and that's why she again talk about them sheets. She done threw the sheets out, talking about something. Here you go. You owe me $750 for my sheets. Why did some leopard print silk looking sheet, honey? I'm like, are y'all pimps? Who the fuck got leopard print silk sheet? Anyways, then she gonna pull out some diapers, talking about, and I bought you some diapers for your loose bowels. What they do that for? What? I said, that has got to be the most ridiculous. And then of course, Carly get up and want to fight. They holding Carly back. Then of course, who get up? Tokyo. Tokyo laughing and shit. She can't even keep a straight damn face. Talking about something. I'm gonna get you, ho. Why? But look, Pooh had the best one liner of the night. Pooh said, "If you don't sit your diabetes ass down," she didn't call the woman diabetes. Oh Lord, that was funny. Now usually Tokyo get the one liners, but that was a one liner right there. That one was funny. So Mimi get to explaining to because they were like, well, Carly, I mean, they were like, Mimi, why would you even bring her? Why would you even bring her? And Mimi was like, I did not know. Like, I ain't know nothing about, oh, I'm sorry, this is the previews for next week. But anyway, Mimi was like, I ain't know nothing about no diapers, but we'll get to that next week. But that's pretty much where this episode ended, was Pooh throwing them damn diapers all over the place and security pulling her back. And I'm like, that has got to be the most ridiculous shit I have ever seen in my life. Okay. But anyway, so that was that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments, please.